Tim Tszyu versus Errol Spence Jr. July 26th, right here on Main Event exclusively. Make sure you order it. I am here with the other side of the main event, who just saw his opponent, and apparently your opponent didn't have much love to show you. Are you just used to expect respect, like kind of that moment, you know?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I was always brought up to show some sort of respect to your opponent.
Yeah.
But that's all right. It is how it is.
Yeah. And you got Errol Spence Jr. Give me your thoughts on Errol. You know, he's been out of the game, been away from the game. It'll be about 3 years when you guys fight that he had his last fight.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I think 3 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Especially at the sort of the peak years of your career.
Yeah.
Don't know how he's been looking after himself or what he's been doing. So, again, he's been one of the greatest fighters of this decade. You know, his results speak for themselves, and his only loss is against Crawford.
Right.
Who is the greatest fighter of our decade.
Right.
You know, so it's a crazy challenge in front, but a challenge that I'm willing to take with both hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be taking this fight if I knew I didn't win.
Mm-hmm. To that point, you have Tim Tszyu in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, kind of take us through the process of making this fight happen with Tim Tszyu, and also on top of that, it happening in Australia.
I mean, it was an easy process. Like, I was like, I want to fight Tim Tszyu. I mean, it was more. I say more of the process was negotiating how much I'm gonna get. So to say to anything, but it was easy for me. I was like, yeah, I want to fight Tim Tszyu. I'll fight Tim Tszyu in Australia, because they wanted it. They were trying to get me to fight at maybe Cowboy Stadium or in America, but I was like, nah, I'd rather have my first fight back, somewhere else. And it came up Tim Tszyu, and I'll definitely take that fight.
Tszyu, after going away from what you wanted, and now you got Tim Tszyu, do you look at this and say, this is the best fight for me right now?
Definitely. I feel like the styles mesh up very well, and you ain't got to retract on that. You said you know what you said. Tim is the biggest of names. He cool, but he's not the biggest of names. And
for main event, he's the biggest of names, right? But is any of this like for the fans? Is any of this is the fight that fans want to see though? So that's what I'm gonna give them, or is this just? That's how I'm going to beat him?
Yeah, it's been a bit of both, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like stylistically, this is a fight that everyone wants to see.
Yeah.
There's fan-friendly top fight. Two big names in the sport. So I feel like it's one for the fans. But at the same time, for myself, this is the fight that I've always sort of dreamt about.
Yeah.
Always wanted.
Yeah.
Always been on my hit list.
Yeah.
So... yeah, it's a bit of both.
I feel like, he's a lot of heart. He's a lot of heart, and I think that's why he switched back. He had the Cuban coach, and I feel like that wasn't going to work out well for him, because, I mean, he can't learn that type of style that, the Cuban coach is teaching. That's more cultural, more, rhythm and things like that, and things that I feel like he don't have. He's a more of a kung fu fighter, hard, and I feel like he's pretty good. He's good. He beat Terrell Goucher. He beat Tony Harrison. I think he beat them on the back end of their career,
But with Errol, it's a little more serious. Obviously, you got Errol's in front of you now.
Yeah.
Keith wasn't exactly in front of you.
Yeah.
You got Errol. Any thoughts that he could come over and take over the house?
No.
Yeah.
No, I feel like this fight, the magnitude of it.
Yeah.
I think all the Aussies this is for the Aussies.
Yeah.
And this is why I chose Jeff Fennick and bringing it all back home, is because this is a fight for all.
What are you looking forward to in terms of being in Australia? Going into his backyard, you did that with Kell Brook back in the day. Kind of, take me through what you expect this Australian boxing culture to respond to Errol Spence Jr.
Man, I really don't care. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I dream about stuff like this, man. It kind of give me chills now, coming out and everybody booing. They get me more pumped up than anything. People booing, throwing stuff, angry. That really takes the nervousness out of me. Like, I'm not nervous anymore. Like, people booing and saying things and yelling and screaming. That's like the movies we used to watch as kids, old Spartan movies and stuff. Like, you going to war. So, I'm it gives me a high. I'm definitely happy, and I'm excited to come out and just get the fans' negative reactions and feed off of them.
Look into that camera, give the Aussie fans a message, tell them what they can expect July 26th.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, and this one is for Australia.
Send a message to Australia, send a message to Main Event, tell them who you are and what to expect from you July 26th.
July 26th, you can expect all out war. I think a one-sided fight. I think he's gonna give it everything that he has, but I'm definitely gonna put on a great show and show the fans of Australia, show the world that Errol Spence is back, and y'all will respect me after this fight, and Tim will respect me too.
With fight night drawing closer, Errol Spence Jr. and Tim Tszyu joined Sean Porter to discuss their preparation, comeback stories, and a huge stake surrounding their July 2026 showdown. Looking back on his nearly 3-year layoff, Spence said the break gave him time to focus on family, travel, and personal growth while staying physically active. He even revealed that he took up soccer during his time away from boxing.
Sometimes too much time. Sometimes it's too much time. And
yeah,
what makes you feel like you didn't take too much time off?
Because I was also active, and I was also active as far as playing soccer, playing soccer, and learning soccer. Going to the gym, running around, just doing stuff, just being active, and a lot of the vices that I had in the past. I don't drink anymore, so just a lot of stuff that was slowing me down. It's not anymore. It's not being a vice. I'm more with my family. If I'm not with my family, I'm probably training somewhere, or I'm probably traveling and seeing the world.
One of the biggest changes in Spence's career has been leaving longtime trainer Derek James to work with Ronnie Shields. Spence explained that he felt he had reached a plateau and needed a fresh voice in his corner to keep improving. The former unified champion said the decision was not about disappointment with the past, but about finding new ideas that could help take his game to the next level as he begins a new chapter in his career.
Derek James is out, Ronnie Shields is in. What prompted you to go to Ronnie Shields?
I definitely liked his past work, especially with Jamal. He had likes Savannah Holyfield and guys like that, but he incorporates the jab. He incorporate more head movement, and no knock to Derek, but I feel like he took me as far as he could take me. Because if you study fights, if you look at myself in the amateurs and you look at me when I first started professional, what can you truly say that changed about me when I got older, when I'm 35, 34, and nothing changed. Like, I'm still doing the same thing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, same rhythm, still throwing my punches the same and everything. So I just feel like he got me to a certain level, and he had maxed out. He couldn't take me any further, and I feel like when I'm in the gym, Ronnie, it feels like it's just brand new. Like, I'm brand new at the gym. Like, I'm just learning different things, working on different things, and I felt like I needed it. I felt like a lot of fighters, they try to be too loyal, and then you try to stick it out with a person, and you should leave that person, but I'm gonna stay with him, be loyal to him, this and that. But things happen for a reason. Now with Ron, and I feel like he's gonna show that I got way better, and I definitely.
Former longtime trainer Derek James refused to make any predictions about Errol Spence Jr.'s upcoming fight, explaining that he no longer has firsthand knowledge of Spence's training camp or current preparation. Since he is no longer part of the former champion's corner, James said it would be unfair to speculate on how Spence will perform.
There's also going to be a big fight coming down in Australia. Errol Spence Jr., your former fighter, is returning after 3 years. What do you think is going to happen in that fight?
Well, I always like to stay out of that if it's not my fight or whatever. So I won't ever give a prediction because it's not. I mean, I don't know how he trained. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what preparation was like. So I never really get into that. So I'll just say that, I wish him the best. And, I hope it's really more than that. I hope it's a really good fight.
When asked if Spence's long layoff had surprised him, James said he understood the reasons behind it. He explained that personal priorities and family responsibilities likely played a major role in Spence's decision to step away from boxing. According to James, spending more time with his young children and being there for important family moments is completely understandable after years of competing at the highest level.
Are you surprised that he came back? It's only almost 3 years.
No, I think that, sometimes it's always about the right time. Maybe he had some things going on that kept him out of it. He's doing some family stuff or something. I heard somebody said he said. So I think he's dealing with that. That's a big deal. You want to be there for your kids.
Former world champion Chris Algieri raised concerns about Errol Spence Jr.'s decision to return straight into a high-stakes fight against Tim Tszyu instead of taking a tune-up bout first. Algieri believes that stepping back into elite competition after such a long layoff creates real questions about whether Spence can still perform at the championship level that once defined his career, or if the challenge has come too soon.
The fact that, I know he's Mr. I don't take tune-ups, but it's really concerning the fact that they're not willing to bring him back prior to getting into this fight, or for any big fight for that matter. He was in the ring with Fundora, after he fought Tim and hadn't fought in a long time. That was a couple years ago now, and he still hasn't been active,
Algieri emphasized that nobody truly knows which version of Errol Spence will show up until the opening bell. He called the fight a huge gamble, pointing out that Spence will have no chance to ease back into competition or shake off ring rust. Instead, he is returning straight into a dangerous matchup against an active, battle-tested opponent without any recent rounds to prepare him for the pace of elite boxing.
Left of Errol, but really we're not going to know until these guys get in the ring, because Errol does not take tune-ups, so we're not going to see him prior to the chance he is in the ring with Tim.
Trainer Robert Garcia offered an even more skeptical view. Garcia suggested that skipping a tune-up fight could reflect deeper uncertainty within Spence's camp. He speculated that the decision may be about taking one last major opportunity instead of slowly rebuilding for another title run, raising more questions about what level Spence can still reach at this stage of his career.
He knows he's got nothing left.
That's exactly my point.
He would take a tune-up just to stay busy, a couple $100,000 he makes, but he doesn't want it because that tune-up might ruin him, his
or
future
expose
plan.
that he is ruined.
He might get beat and exactly expose that he's done, and nobody's gonna want to see him anymore. So that's why he's not taking the tune, because he wants to wait for the big one, the huge fight, the huge payday. And that,
taken together, the opinions of Algieri and Garcia paint a cautious picture heading into the fight. Both believe the matchup carries significant risk, viewing it as an all-or-nothing moment for Spence. In their eyes, he is either about to silence the doubters with an impressive comeback victory or walk into the toughest test of his return without the benefit of a gradual tune-up.
Because I want to see an exciting fight. I want to see a good fight, but that's that's the way I think it's going on. I think that's the only decision they're doing. Go straight into a big fight, because more likely it's going to be your last one.
Former world champion and analyst Paulie Malignaggi gave an honest assessment, pointing to the clear difference between where the two fighters are in their careers. Malignaggi highlighted Tim Tszyu's consistent activity, relentless work ethic, and regular time in the ring, contrasting it with Errol Spence's extended layoff from competition.
Obviously, it's an interesting matchup, because both guys have been high-level fighters, but also both guys are looked at as guys who probably have to clean themselves up a little bit and maybe rebuild just a little bit, and I think Tim is doing that. I think Errol not doing that. He's never really been a guy who, I think, kept a good schedule, and I think that hurt him in the end.
For Malignaggi, the stakes go far beyond the final result. He believes this fight is a defining moment for both men. It gives Spence the chance to prove he still belongs among boxing's elite, while offering Tszyu the opportunity to usher in a new era by defeating one of the sport's most accomplished former champions.
It has importance on different continents. You know, Spence was a very big product in the United States, you know, and obviously Tim is a big product in Australia. Tim beating an Errol Spence maybe creates his own lane permanently, you know what I mean? Otherwise, in the United States, he's always cautious.
Trainer Brian McIntyre, better known as Bomac, expects an exciting and highly competitive fight. He believes Tim Tszyu's pressure, toughness, and aggressive style will force Errol Spence to work hard from start to finish if the Australian is at his best. Even so, Bomac gives the edge to Spence, believing the former unified champion has the experience and overall skill to deliver when it matters most.
How do you see the Errol Spence Tim Tszyu fight playing out, man?
Oh man, that's gonna be a great fight. If Errol gonna be himself, he should win. But we don't know what he got left.
Yeah.
So, but if Tim come in and be himself, he'll push Errol to the edge.
Do you think that's like a true 50-50 fight, like a crossroad fight for both those guys?
No, I don't think so. I think Errol probably.
Think Errol?
Meanwhile, renowned trainer Derek Ennis, better known as Bozy, pointed to Errol Spence's trademark volume punching as one of the most effective weapons in boxing. He believes Spence's long layoff should not be a major concern if the former champion makes the right adjustments, especially by adding more head movement to his style. According to Bozy, combining Spence's relentless output with stronger defensive movement would make him an extremely difficult challenge for Tim Tszyu.
What's your thoughts?
I think that's going to be a good fight, man. Everybody just sleeping on my man Spence, man. I think Spence going to do what he's supposed to do, man. And then he fighting a guy that can really fight. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, you know, he's a good boxer, nothing, but he comes to fight. You know what I mean? So this is going to be a good test for Spence, I think. And I think Spence going to do well.
Should Spence add in this training camp for Tim Tszyu? He's been out of the ring for a while.
Mm-hmm.
What should he be doing?
What Spence should be doing? Spence should be Spence, man. But he must move his head, though. Because Spence should come right at you and just throw some punches. He got to and work on catching them shots. You know what I mean? If you ain't going to move your head, you got to catch some shots. You know what I mean? With your hands, you know?
Decision and stoppage. How's that fight at?
I think it's going to be a stoppage. Somebody getting stopped. And you know I'm going with Spence, so.
Former world champion Shawn Porter dismissed the growing belief that Tim Tszyu has a stylistic edge over Errol Spence Jr. Porter argued that Spence remains the more complete fighter in several key areas, highlighting his superior timing, sharper punch selection, and composure under pressure. In Porter's view, those qualities will make the difference in the biggest moments of the fight and ultimately give Spence the advantage.
Styles make fights, and I think that both guys got perfect styles to beat one another. I disagree. I think Errol Spence is the sharper fighter. I do. I think he's the sharper fighter. I think he's crispier. And I think his shot, his punch selection is better. And I think that he has the better shot of landing that right punch at that right time. And for the sake of possibly losing my job in Australia, we might need to edit this.
No. They want you. They're gonna want that, man. They want.
See what shots? No, it's go.
Porter also believes the stylistic matchup naturally favors the former unified champion instead of Tim Tszyu. Rather than viewing Tsyu's relentless aggression as a threat, Porter believes it plays directly into Spence's strengths. According to him, Spence excels in high-pressure exchanges, using a sharp jab, steady forward pressure, and a relentless work rate to gradually break his opponents down.
Because, like Shawn said, the
important
style,
one.
Yes, the style, I feel like it's tailor-made for Earl, and he isn't going to be in there with somebody who's going to be running around. He's going to have to chase him. And his jab, I think his jab is going to get him there, and he has a bulldoze mentality where he's a bulldozer and he's just coming to run you over. And I think that if he can get aside of if he can figure out the height and the reach, which I believe he will, he has the skills to do.
Addressing the criticism following Spence's loss to Terrence Crawford, Porter urged fans not to judge the former champion based on that one performance. He described Crawford as a once-in-a-generation talent with exceptional ring IQ, movement, and the ability to systematically break opponents down. Porter argued that Tim Tszyu, while dangerous and highly accomplished, does not possess the same level of tactical brilliance or the ability to mentally unravel opponents the way Crawford can.
Right.
I think you're looking at him being off balance against a fighter that with Terrence,
Make anybody off
the kid really is special. Like the dude really is
Yeah.
special, and I know
He's not Dennis Nurja.
I know these things about him.
Yeah.
Like he has the ability to see your balance and make you move. You know what I mean? Like he's really like one of those master kung fu artists, but in boxing. You know what I mean? So he's a masterful boxer. You know?
Yeah.
And so those are the kind of things that we're looking at Tim Tszyu that doesn't have that kind of stuff.
With fight night closing in, the debate is nearly over. Now Errol Spence Jr. and Tim Tszyu must settle everything inside the ring and show who truly deserve a place among boxing's elite. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your prediction in the comments below. Who do you think wins, Errol Spence Jr. or Tim Tszyu?